Well, hello there. Here's the promised Word videos. So there'll probably be 2 or 3 in this series. What I've done is I've opened up the document that you'll be formatting, and I want to show you a few things about it. First, probably the most important thing that I need to show you is that there's a number of artifacts created when I took it from the PDF. So this is the PDF here that is the model for what you're trying to not really recreate, but you'll use it to look at the way things are intended to look on the page and how the document is organized. So you see here the title and the director and the assistant director, kind of a welcome letter. And then we start the handbook itself with performing ensembles, marching band, concert band, jazz ensembles, financial information, etc. So here's one of the things that happened when I brought this document in. We need to click a very special button, and this probably won't be available. This might be available online, but honestly, you're going to want to do this on a desktop version. So you might need to go to the computer lab or just do it on your computer. You can download Word for free because you've already paid for it. You paid for it by coming to Reinhardt and paying your tuition, and you get access to all of these programs with your Office 365 account. So this button here is the Show Invisibles button, and it will show you things that you don't normally see in a document. So I'm going to click it and look at everything that happens. Now, if you look really closely, every space is now a little dot, and there are these paragraph marks. And the paragraph marks are to signify the end of a paragraph. But you'll see here, welcome to the award-winning Milton High School family. We are proud to carry. Would you normally type a return there? You wouldn't. When I imported it, all of these lined ends ended up being a paragraph marking or a line break. So we're going to need to remove a whole lot of these. Now, I found the easiest way to do it is to start at the bottom. This is the true paragraph. I know because this Our Students, if I check here, Our Students marks the beginning of a new paragraph. So that one we want to keep, but this one we don't want to keep. I placed my cursor right before that paragraph marker, and now I'm going to type the delete key, not the backspace key. The delete key deletes one character to the right. The backspace key deletes one character to the left. So what we're deleting here is that paragraph sign, and watch what it does. Whoop. Yeah, it brings all of that text up together. Now we've got of musical that does not have a space in between it, so we're going to need to add a space. We'll come up here, make it. It's supposed to be make it possible. We delete that with the delete key. Whoop, and hit the space bar. And I just go up, deleting all of those extra paragraph spaces. Usually just the up key on my keyboard will get me where I want to go, but you see if I do it here, it puts me in the middle of music, so I need to move over just a bit, delete that one and space, 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 delete and space, move over, delete and space, delete and space, delete and space. Now you see what it's done. It's actually made this a paragraph. The way our normal style is set up is that it's got just a little bit of extra padding between paragraphs. That's space after padding, and that's what we want. So we're going to do it again for this paragraph. Here's the end of the paragraph. These paragraph breaks are not correct. Space and space and space and space and space and space and space. You get the point. All right, that's much better, much more better. Okay, so here's when you would start after you get rid of all the extra paragraph spaces, which, you know, it'll probably take you 10 minutes or so to go through and make those changes. Actually, you want to do a power move? Check out this power move. I'm going to select everything except this last paragraph marker. And I'm going to do a find and replace. Okay. I'm going to hit the enter button. Well, let's see. I know that this is possible. More options. Special paragraph mark. Okay, apparently that is a up caret P. That's what we're looking for. We're going to replace it with actually, let's see if we can do the paragraph character instead. Delete special paragraph character. Replace it with a space. I will find the next one. Couldn't find the matching. Okay. Let's try this again and use that paragraph mark. See, my MO is if I'm doing anything that is particularly repetitive, there's probably a way in computer programs to automate that. So we'll try the paragraph mark this time, and with the space, we'll find next, and we'll replace. Oh, and it's working. Replace, 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 replace. Is that one we want to replace? Yes. And one more, and now we're done. So it finished searching my selection. Continue searching. No, we're done. Okay, so we're going to do that again here. This time, I'll show you another. Again, this is the end of the paragraph, so I'm not going to select the very last one. Now, because I have this selected, I'm going to do the power move of replace all. Again, if I'm doing something repetitive like replace, 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 there's probably an easier way. In this case, replace all. Let's take a chance. Glorious! No. But that saves us some considerable steps. So we'll do it here. We'll do it here. And you get the point. Okay, so that is the power move. Now you could, I guess, do the same thing and just keep doing find next and then replace, and it will go to the next one until you get to the one that you don't want to replace. Okay, that's one I don't want to replace because this is a new heading mark. So I'm going to find next. I don't want to replace that one. Find next. And then replace. Okay, so that way you can kind of do it in the same spot. All right, I'm done with that for now. So that is issue one of the things you're going to have to fix. And while we're here, I want to point out the difference between a paragraph ending and a line ending. And I'm going to do that by starting to apply some styles. So this Milton High School Band Book, this is, what is this? This is the title of the handbook. So I'm going to give it the title. And then this Mr. Chris Shumick, these directors, I'm not really sure what we would say this. Maybe we call that a subtitle. Go ahead and do that. But you see here, this just doesn't look very good. This band director should probably not be so far spaced after the actual band director. So let me show you what we're going to do. Again, it has to do with this paragraph mark. I'm going to delete that paragraph mark, and in its place, I'm going to enter a line break. That is done by pressing Shift and Enter at the same time. So, and you see, it's not a paragraph, it's a line break. Huh. And now, because these are not two separate paragraphs, that spacing after is gone. I'll do the same thing with Mr. John Herndon. I will erase the paragraph mark and replace it with a line return. Again, that's Shift, Enter. Okay. I'm not all that keen on right justified titles. I just don't think they look that good. Now I could do this. I could just put center there, and that will fix it. Okay. But if I do that down here with Mr. Chris Shumick, notice that it didn't replace Mr. John Herndon in the center. So I'm going to undo that with Control Z. And instead, I'm going to alter subtitle to be center justified automatically. How do I do that? I go right-click on subtitle and then modify. And now I'm going to select this centered. You know what? If I don't like Calibri, I can also change the font here. Maybe I like a body better. And maybe I feel like that should be a little bit bigger. Okay? Once I do that, it will update everything that is subtitled to your selections. Maybe Milton High School, maybe I want all of my titles to be bold. And 28 seems a little bit forward. Maybe I'll make it 24. And now every single title will go to that 24 Calibri boldface. All right. Let's keep working here. This is kind of a welcome letter. But you know, it's not, it doesn't have its own heading. I think in this case, I might want to add to this document to make it a little bit more clear. So I'm going to hit return, and then I'm going to put in welcome letter. Now that is a heading. It's a heading level 1. And this performing ensembles is also a heading. It's a heading level 1. But if you check the document, you'll see here that it's pretty clear that marching band, concert band, and jazz ensembles all belong to performing ensembles. So here, these need to be heading level 2. And heading level 2. And heading level 2. We got an issue here. See this character break? We didn't fix that one. So I got to get rid of it. And now we're better. There's another small issue. I don't really like the 1 dot marching band. See, that's a hard-coded heading style. You can apply Roman numerals to your heading levels, but you want them to be applied automatically and not by typing it in. If you type it in, then you have to insert a heading somewhere. You'd have to retype all those headings. So I'm going to get rid of the 1 dot. The heading level is doing that job. I'm going to get rid of the Roman numeral 2. Again, the heading level is doing that job. And I'm going to get rid of Roman numeral 3. The heading level is doing that job. One more thing, though. I like that this welcome letter is on the first page by itself. You see the PDF. So there's the welcome letter, and it's by itself. And the next page starts a new kind of section. So what we want to do is, if we want this to be on the next page, we're going to have to insert a page break. Insert. That's up here on the ribbon. And we want a page break. Pow. And it's done. That leaves us some room, if we needed to add a graphic here. We might do that in a subsequent video. All right, one other thing while we're here. Just like we wanted to get rid of the Roman numerals here, towards the end of this document, we have a numbered list, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First of all, we need to get rid of the extra paragraph marks between the numbers. That will clarify what belongs to what. Okay, so getting rid of those extra paragraph marks. Okay. But I still have a little bit of a problem. Let's say I wanted to insert something after 3. Maybe a 4th point like feed your student before leaving, before boarding a bus for a trip. But notice what happened. Because I did that by typing 4 dot space, now my 4 down here is different, and my 5, like this should be 5, and this should be 6, and this should be 7. This is not the way you do a numbered list. You do a numbered list like this. You have each paragraph, each item in the list is its own paragraph. Okay, so I'm deleting the entered 6 dot space. Now I'm selecting those paragraphs, and I'm going to choose back on the Home tab, a numbered list. Look at that. So now we've got feed and it numbered it automatically. Let's say I decide, well, this is really something I need to put in a different part of the document. I'm going to get rid of that. See what it did? It renumbered them automatically. That's cool. Maybe here I need to say something like, showers are important. Uniforms are expensive, and marchers sweat. Encourage good hygiene. Hygiened. Gene. Okay? I added that there and it renumbered the last bullet point for me. Same thing, again, an artifact from the process of bringing this document in. These bullet points are also hard-coded. Number one, I need to get rid of some extra paragraph marks. Okay, that's good there. So, I need to get rid of those bullets that have been typed in by deleting them. And instead, what I want to do is apply a bulleted list. Okay. You can adjust indentation. I don't like that it's indented everything by one level. You see this button here? This is the decrease indent button. With what I have selected, I press that button and shazah, there it goes. And here, I want to decrease that. And we have it. And actually, now that I look at this bullet point says, be supportive of the band program and your child's participation by, and then it's got a colon. So all of these do kind of need to be nested into this bullet point. So I'm going to go ahead and change my thought process, and I'm going to increase the indent. All right. Okay. So big takeaways from this video. Number one, you're going to have to get rid of all the extra paragraph markings. That's done by making sure the show invisibles, the show hide button, is clicked so that you can see the paragraph marks and the spaces. Number two, you may have to do some typing, like we added welcome letter here because it seemed like this needed a heading. Number three, you may need to do some selective editing to remove numberings that were supposed to indicate form. We're doing that with our document styles. So you want to get rid of the Roman numeral 1 for marching band. And with your lists, your bulleted lists, you need to make those actual bulleted lists and maybe adjust the indentation if you need to. All right, I hope this is helpful. We'll have another video in just a little bit. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.